Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is Render with NK. And just a quick update. So we have this is the last part of my four-part series. So this is the fourth part. We went through the turntable, the hover, and the pulsate features of the product animator add-on that I'm working on. Now we're going to be going through the bounce intro. This one is going to be pretty quick. I'm hoping to keep it less than 8 minutes. Lord, please help me. But let's see. I kind of suck at this, to be honest with you guys. But like let's try and see how it goes. Hide. So the bounce intro is essentially just exactly what it sounds like. It's an You must have seen this effect at some point, right? So if I hide it for here, I think this is also another one of those um, animations that work very well with text, right? So there you go. I'm just gonna switch it off for you. Okay, let's try it. There you go. All right. So like at the start of a video or something, an introduction video, you can have the bounce intro. Okay, and then same way as a pulsate one and all the other add-ons is you can edit it on the z-axis. Oh my days. Yeah, so there you go. There is a little bit of a bug, but there you go. So you can bounce on the x-axis, you can bounce on the y-axis. Can't really bounce on the z-axis. I don't know why I'm saying there's an error. There's no error. You can't really bounce on the z-axis because there is no z-axis for it to bounce on. So that's fine, right? So you can have all of these on. It works. I think last time there was an issue where if you switch this off, yeah, there you go. That's the bug that I was talking about. But if you just click on it, there you go. Click on that. Now it's bouncing on all of them. Okay, cool. All right, so that's literally all the effect really does. You can now then control. Um, sorry, that's turntable. I need the bounce. Okay, there. You can now then control the speed at which it bounces. There you go. Excuse me. Let's have a look. There we go. Now it's extremely slow. One is fine. No, you know what? Two is fine. Yeah, I think two is perfect. All right, there you go. The strength of the bounce you can make it 0.25. So now it's not bouncing too far, right? It's just like it's very compact. Um, it's very rubbery, right? As opposed, like the elasticity has decreased. There you go. It's very elastic when it's one, and then if you decrease the elasticity, there you go. All right, something like that. Um, you can even increase the speed, which makes it feel like the elasticity is even lower. There you go. I hope I'm explaining elasticity that way, right? Because elasticity is how bouncy or how stretchable, malleable it is, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, but what I mean is it's more of a rubber. It's more of a rubber. It has more rubber physics now, as opposed to like maybe a basketball, I guess. I mean a basketball. Horrible examples, but I hope you guys understand what I mean. This is hopeless. Yeah, and then just like all the other effects, though, you can animate it via the modifier tab, right? So you can enable it. There we go. And then speed one. Didn't we just say speed? I think speed was one. Strength was zero point 0.5. And then on all axes, right? I mean, maybe the strength 0.25. Right, increase the speed. Yeah, and it only occurs at the beginning of the animation, at the beginning of your animation, right? Nowhere else really. And that's just about it. And again, like with all the other add-ons, you can combine them, all depending on the instance at which you wanna do it, right? Like whatever reason you'd wanna, sorry, make this 0 and then make it bounce on just the z-axis. So here, this can bounce on the z-axis because it has the z-axis. This doesn't have the z-axis. I explained it on my last video, but essentially, this text's z-axis is actually this way, but I've rotated the text 90 degrees on the x-axis, so it looks like the z-axis is this way for this text, but it's actually that way. I think there's actually a way to show it. Um, Let me just click on N because this is working on the world or world directions, right? So, oh yeah, there we go. Is it this? Oh, what? How do you? It's been a while since I tried to even use anything other than. Oops. Yeah. Never mind. Is it this? Nope. It's not that. Is it this? Nope. Not that. Anyways, but the axis, the or negative 90. This is how the object was originally, and as you can see in this instance, I'm trying to scale it up on the z-axis. You can't really do it. As you can see here, scale, can't really do it because there is no z-axis to scale it up on. um, but if I undo that, there you go. So the z-axis for this object, if I scale, click on z and click on z again, this is the object's local z-axis essentially. Yeah, so this can actually move on the z-axis. There you go. If I do it at 0 and then I do this at 5, so now it's doing it on the y-axis. There you go. Alright, and then again, if I do it with the array modifier, very quickly, let me show you guys this thing. I'm going to go straight to the circle. Going to increase the radius a little bit. You know what? Let's do a line and increase the offset a bit, and then move this below that. This should essentially. Oh my goodness, why did that not work? Oh, there was no bounce, sorry. So 2. Let's change this to 1. Something about the y-axis, something about the x-axis makes the objects act weirdly. I've noticed it with all the other animations as well, whenever it's below the array modifier. So I need to look into that and see what's going on. Or maybe it's because the offset is on the x-axis. Ah, it's because of the offset. Hmm. I don't know if there is even any way to account for that. Because if I believe if the so if I made this 0 and then I did this, yeah, they start acting completely weirdly again as well, right? So if I do 0 and I move it back here, right, um, and then I go here and I edit over here as well. Yeah, okay, cool. So now I know what's going on. It's because of the offset. Wherever the offset is, if that thing also has um, the effect, the animation effect on that axis, it creates weird artifacts, which I don't think there's. I'll try and see if I can account for that. But anyways, so these are the things you can do. And then now, if you combine that with, let's say, 10 table, no, 10 table on the x-axis actually. There you go. Yeah, and then you have all these different effects you can do with it, right? You can do array circular, shimata. There you go. I like that effect because then now it looks as if like they're all being pulled into the center. All right, let me increase the radius a bit. There you go. All right, it looks like there's a very strong force that pulls, almost magnetic force, right? Because I think magnets do bob sometimes a little bit. Um, but yeah, I think you guys get what I'm trying to say though. There you go. Maybe let me decrease the strength a bit. Wait, what? Oh no, the amplitude. Okay, let's see. That should work. Yeah, there we go. So the strength is fine at 5. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, and it's rotating. Let's remove the rotation. Um, let's remove the hover as well. All right, or maybe give it a turntable on the x-axis so we can see that. But yeah, so you can do a lot of cool things with all these add-ons combined. This is longer than I was expecting, but I am done. So that finishes up on all our modifiers. I'm just gonna remove this, add the bounce on all. Just make sure that there isn't any other effect on it. Nice. Yep. So that's just it on my four-part series showing you how I use the modifier that I'm working on. There is other effects as well that I'm working on. I might just remove them completely and just stick to these and improve how these work, or I might actually work on these. I might have a separate video series for that. But for now, thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, and comment. Let me know if you guys will be interested, if this is an add-on that you guys are actually potentially interested in. I think there's a lot of cool implications and applications. But yeah, awesome. Cheers, guys. Bye.